Good evening, everyone, and welcome to 12 News at 6. I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Kadiba Devine. New at 6, one of the most notorious human traffickers in our country's history has been sentenced to over a decade in federal prison.
Tonight, 12 News journalist Sean Rice is talking to the U.S. Attorney for Arizona about this landmark case. Sean?
Yeah, Mark and Caribe, this case absolutely has national implications because of where the people this woman helped illegally cross our southern border came from. People from countries like Russia, Bangladesh, and Iran all entered with the help of 64-year-old Ofelia Hernandez Salas. From 2018 to 2022, court records say Ofelia Hernandez Salas was responsible for facilitating the illegal entry of over 200 migrants all across our southern border.
This highlights one of the great dangers of that mass of illegal immigration from the previous administration that we are cleaning up with this case right now, right? We're still digging out of that mess.
Tim Corshane, U.S. Attorney for the District of Arizona, says the migrants from countries in the Middle East and Asia would pay her 10 to 20 grand to get them across, traveling by plane to South America and by foot to the Mexico-U.S. border. Court documents say Ofelia would use the Plaza Hotel in Mexicali, Mexico to house them before illegal entry, often holding them against their will and taking advantage of them after this long trek.
Not only did they charge huge amounts to bring people into the United States illegally, but then at the point of crossing the border, when they're most vulnerable, she would rob them. And sometimes we have anecdotes of them stripping the clothes off of people crossing the border.
This trafficker was captured in Mexico back in 2023, indicted on dozens of felony charges here in Arizona. 6 months after pleading guilty, she stood in front of a judge in downtown Phoenix and learned that she will spend the next 11 years in federal prison, followed by a swift deportation.
She has a 36-year-long criminal history that includes a variety of criminal convictions in the United States, but also has 4 separate deportations. She herself was an illegal alien who crossed into the United States a number of times and then went back to exploit those same people.
For the top federal prosecutor here in Arizona, this case represents an ongoing national security threat. Ofelia helped facilitate the arrival of people from over 20 different countries, many of them not friendly with the West. Most notably Iran. I mean, we're at war with them right now, and they're on that list. Is that alarming to you?
That is alarming, and that's one of the primary points as to why this case is important in particular and why it highlights the dangers of a porous southern border and the alien smuggling networks overall. I think you have to be concerned with that. It shouldn't stop your day-to-day life, but you have to be concerned about it, and that's why we've seen an importance of internal enforcement in the United States, because we have this population that we don't know what their intention is.
And as much as the U.S. Attorney's Office says this individual sentence is a success for Arizona and our country as a whole, human smuggling operations are still happening here in the Phoenix metro area. The U.S. Attorney's Office tells us they just indicted 5 men for operating a human smuggling ring right here in the Valley just last week. I'm told these types of charges will continue until every single one of these organizations is shut down. Mark.